All right guys, today I got my hands on a bike that I've been interested in checking out for a while, but just haven't had a chance to take a look at it. This is a bike that you guys were recommending when I was in search for my first full suspension mountain bike, and I'm super excited to check it out with you guys. This right here is the Giant Stance 2 29, and this color is sick, by the way. So now let's look at what's on this bike and let you guys know what I think. And I plan on doing a comparison with the Polygon also, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll do a side-by-side comparison. This is a bike that I'm actually holding on to until a silent auction, which is on December 3rd. And I'm gonna get more information on that for you guys, just in case you guys can get involved and maybe have a chance to win this bike. This is one of the prizes that's gonna be drawn from the silent auction. So whoever gets this is gonna be a great thing, but I'll try to get more information for you guys to see if you can be involved. Also, if you guys are interested in this shirt, this is by Feilbach. They reached out to me, wanted me to check out the apparel and see what I think. It's super comfortable, weather, water resistant, super stretchy and flexible. It's stylish, and you can wear it during active situations such as mountain biking or whatever you want to do. So if you want to check this out, make sure you hit the link in the description. I'll have a link for it, and let's jump into the video. All right, so this bike currently retails for $1,800 US right now, which after looking over the bike and everything, I feel like that's pretty good for what you get for this bike. But let's check it out. So we're gonna start in the rear first. In the rear, we got the Shimano Dior cassette. We got the Shimano Dior derailleur. So it's all Shimano Dior in the rear, and I highly approve of Shimano Dior because that's what I have on my Trek Marlin 6, and I've been familiar with that for about 2 years now, and I haven't had any issues. Shifts super smoothly, and I mean, I think it's good bang for buck for sure. It also has the Shimano hub in the rear also. So everything in the back is Shimano, and I'm a fan of Shimano. I know a lot of people like SRAM, but I'm not super experienced with SRAM, so I can't really say if I like it or not, but Shimano is definitely good from my experience. All right, moving up, we got the Praxis 30-tooth crankset. We got the Shimano press fit bottom bracket. For the rear, we got the Suntour Radon R. I'm not super familiar with the rear shocks with Suntour, but the fork on the Polygon was pretty decent for what you get, but it's not the best in my opinion. But this Radon, I'm not super familiar. You guys let me know down in the comments if you think it's decent, but that's what's running on the rear shock on this bike. All right, for my visuals, it's looking like it doesn't have a lockout switch on this rear shock. So that might be a bad thing for some people, but not for others. With the way this bike is set up, I think it's still decent to climb with this, even though you can't lock it out, but it always gives you that little extra advantage when you can lock out the rear shock and have a little bit of more force in the rear to be able to climb a little more efficiently. For the rims, we got the Giant XCT. They look pretty cool. I'm not sure how they perform, but they look good. On the tires, you're running Forecaster 29-inch Maxxis, which is pretty good for this bike, I think. I mean, anytime you can get the Maxxis brand tires stock on a bike is always a good thing. These are tubeless ready, which means the sealant and everything is already installed, so you don't have to do anything. It's already set up tubeless. So that's always a plus when you get a bike. Up front, you got a Giant Crest 34 RCL fork, which is 130 millimeters. And that's a little bit more than what the Polygon was, so that's a good thing. Get a little bit of extra cushion on the trails. One other good thing about this, that this is boost, and the Polygon 6Q D6 is not boost, so you do get that advantage on this bike. I need to stop spoiling. I need to wait till I do the comparison video. But yeah, you do get boost on the front hub on this bike, which makes it easier to upgrade the fork. Now, I'm not sure about Giant branded forks, but it looks pretty beefy and it looks like it can handle some stuff. So let me know, guys, down below if you have this bike and you got any experience with this fork. It looks like it can do well, but you guys let me know from personal experience. With the brakes, you have the Tektro Orion HD M475 brakes. I'm not a real big fan of Tektro in general, no matter what it is. I'm sure they have some high tier things, but Tektro I'm not really a big fan of when it comes to the brakes. And with the shifters, you also have Shimano shifters. which they work pretty fluidly. And like I said, I'm familiar with Shimano brakes and levers and shifters, and they always work well for me. I almost forgot to mention, this is an air spring fork, so you can set it up to your weight and how you like it. It does have a lock and unlock switch where you can lock the suspension and unlock the suspension. And here's the air fork where you can put in as much or as little air as you want. I honestly think this bike is well put together. And like you already know, with these budget full suspensions, they gotta cut corners somewhere and cut costs to be able to get the bike high quality. It does not have a dropper post, so you can install a dropper on here. I think this is where you would put it in, where you would do the internal cable routing, but I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys know how this works. But like I said, I'm not familiar with Giant, so you guys will be super helpful in the comments if you can let me and everybody else know more about this bike that I haven't brought up or said in the video, because this looks like an awesome bike, and for $1,800 I do think you get a lot for your money. This color is pretty sick too. It's kind of a navy blue looking color with the black right here that kind of fades in, so that's pretty sick. I do like this color a lot. The handlebars are pretty wide. I do like that. I like a little bit wider handlebar just for stability reasons. I feel like I got more control. Not super wide, but this right here is a good width for me. I do really like this. Let me know if you guys like wide handlebars. I do have to admit, this bike is pretty sick. I can live without the dropper post situation considering everything else you get on this bike for the price, and it's definitely worth checking out. I want to throw some pedals on here and kind of ride it around. I don't want to get it too dirty because this is a giveaway bike, but I want to make sure I check it out for you guys and see how it feels, at least see how it rides, see how comfortable and the geometry feels and everything. It's a size medium, so it will fit me, so I'll be able to get a real world comparison compared to the Polygon Siskiyou D6 when I do check it out. But let me know if you guys would like something like that to compare these two bikes, because I do think they are the same types of bike stock and it would be a great comparison. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown on this bike. Like I said, I don't know too much about Giant bikes because I've never really had any experience with them. Plus, I'm not a super techie person when it comes to bikes. I go more about feel over specs and everything. I know they matter, but as long as the bike feels good and I have fun, that's all that matters to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this bike, and let me know if you guys have this bike and what other things we should look for or check out, because I'm gonna throw some pedals on here and we're gonna see how it rides. But until next time, make sure you go check this out too. This thing is super comfortable. I'll leave the link in the description. I'm wearing it right now and I'm just like, man, I was wondering why I was feeling so good, and this thing is just so comfortable. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, it really helps. Subscribe, let's try to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's gonna be tough, but it's doable. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.